Welcome back to my class. Today we are going to understand something we cannot see, but we cannot live without it. Let me ask you one question. When you go outside, what do you feel? Yes, wind, heat, and sometimes rain, right? Wind, heat, rain, all this happens because of the atmosphere. So today we are going to understand meaning and importance of the atmosphere, composition of atmosphere, and the last layers of the atmosphere. So let's begin the video. Atmosphere, meaning and importance of the atmosphere. The atmosphere is a thin layer of gases, dust and water vapor surrounding the earth. Atmosphere, it is made up of gases, dust and water vapors. So dear students, imagine it is a earth. So just imagine it is a earth and it is wearing a light dupatta, or it is a covering with that shawl. That covering is a atmosphere. We cannot see it. It is invisible, but it always around us. So it plays a very important role. It acts as a protective boundary between the earth and outer space. Atmosphere, it protects us from the harmful rays. It saves us from the harmful rays or something dangerous that coming from the space. It is like a superhero, just like Krish and Shaktiman. Like that, it acts as a protective boundary between earth and outer space. Its thickness is about 1000 kilometers. The atmosphere, it extends up to 1000 kilometers. It is essential for life as it provides gases for the plants, animals and humans. As we already know that atmosphere, it gives us oxygen. It provides us oxygen. What? And it also provides the carbon dioxide for the plants. And it controls the temperature. Right? Here atmosphere, it provides us oxygen for the breathe. So that's why it is very essential. It is very important. See the next. Traps the heat to keep earth suitable for a living organism. It traps the heat. It keeps earth not too hot or not too cold. Neither too hot, not too cold. So it keeps earth suitable for a living organism. It traps heat to keep earth suitable for living organism. It is a combination of AC and heater. See, and it makes the earth suitable for living organism. All living organisms, they are dependent on the atmosphere. Without atmosphere, earth would not be able to support any form of life. So directly or indirectly, we all are depending on the atmosphere. All the living organisms, they all are depends on the atmosphere. Suitable for living organism. It makes the earth suitable for living organisms. The composition of atmosphere. Atmosphere is a mixture of gases, dust particle and water vapors. Atmosphere, it is not made up of one thing. It is not made up of one oxygen. It is made up of different things. It is made up of different gases. It is a combination of different gases, dust particles and water vapors. It is a mixture. For example, one bottle is there. That bottle, it is filled with fruity, Coca-Cola and Focus. Like that, mixed juice na. Same, atmosphere is a mixture of gases, dust particles and water vapors. It mainly contains nitrogen and oxygen. Nitrogen 78.8%, oxygen 20.94%. The important, the major, the prominent gases in the atmosphere, they are nitrogen, that is 78.8%, and oxygen 20.94%. The important gases are nitrogen and oxygen. See the percentage, the highest amount of gas in atmosphere, that is nitrogen 78% and oxygen 20%. While the remaining one includes argon, carbon dioxide and ozone. The remaining, the small amount, that is 1%, it includes argon, carbon dioxide and ozone. See here this map. Dust helps form water droplets and water vapors form clouds and rain. See the dust, it helps the formation of a cloud, and the water vapors is responsible for the rain. Then the atmosphere also traps heat and affects the weather condition. So it also traps heat and affects the weather condition. Now let's move to the next one. See, there are 5 important layers in the atmosphere. So let's move one by one through all these layers. See, first one is the troposphere, second is the stratosphere, third is the mesosphere, fourth is the thermosphere, and the last is the exosphere. So to remember all these layers, I will tell you one trick, that is the smart monkey took elevator. The smart monkey took elevator. The means troposphere, smart means stratosphere, monkey means mesosphere, took means thermosphere, elevator here exosphere. So there are 5 prominent layers in the atmosphere. There are troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, and the last exosphere. The first important layer is the troposphere. Troposphere is the lowest layer of the atmosphere. It is the first and it is the nearest layer to the earth. It is the layer where we all live. So see, troposphere is the lowest layer of the atmosphere where we all live. It extends up to 18 kilometers at the equator and 8 kilometers near the poles. The troposphere, the height is different. The height of this layer is different. At the equator, it extends up to 18 kilometers. At the poles, it extends up to 8 kilometers. All weather changes like clouds, rain, and winds occur here. All the weather changes like cloud, rain, and wind, all this happens in this layer. Because of this layer is also known as a weather making layer. What is another name for the troposphere? Weather making layer. Because all weather changes like cloud, rain, and wind, all that happens here only. Temperature and pressure decreases with the height. When you go higher, the temperature and pressure it decreases. Now next layer, stratosphere. Stratosphere is the second layer of the atmosphere. The second most important layer is the stratosphere. This layer lies above troposphere. It lies between the troposphere and mesosphere. See, it is the second layer of atmosphere, extending up to 50 kilometers. This layer extends up to 50 kilometers. It lies above the troposphere. It contains the ozone layer. This layer is very special. Stratosphere is very special. Why? Because this layer it contains the ozone layer. See, this layer it contains the ozone layer, which absorbs the harmful ultraviolet rays and protects the life on the that ozone layer. It absorbs the harmful ultraviolet rays and it protects the earth. This is how that ozone layer it protects the life on the earth. This layer has no weather changes. This layer has no weather changes. No wind, no rain there. It is ideal for flying jet aircraft. It is very ideal. It is very good for flying because there is no disturbance. The aircraft they can fly smoothly and safely. So that's why it is a very ideal for a flying aircraft. That's why this layer is also known as a safe flying zone. What is another name for the stratosphere? Safe flying zone, because there is no disturbance. The aircraft they can fly easily and smoothly and safely. The next third layer, mesosphere. Mesosphere is the third layer of the atmosphere, extending up to 80 kilometers. This layer extends up to 80 kilometers above the earth. It lies above the stratosphere. Mesosphere, it lies above the stratosphere. It lies between stratosphere and thermosphere. In this layer, temperature decreases. In this layer, the temperature decreases with the height. When you go higher, Here also the temperature decreases. It is the coldest layer of the atmosphere. It is the coldest layer of the atmosphere. Then next, fourth layer, the thermosphere lies above the mesosphere. Thermosphere, it lies above the mesosphere. And thermosphere, it lies between a mesosphere and exosphere. In this layer, temperature rises sharply. This layer is different from other layers. Why? Because here the temperature, it rises. It is also called the ionosphere, the thermosphere. It has another name. It had another name. What is that? That is ionosphere. Why it is ionosphere? See, because gases become ionized, because the gases become charged. Due to the high energy, the gases here are ionized. That's why this thermosphere, it is known as a ionosphere. This ionos helps in reflecting a radio wave. This helps in reflecting a radio waves. The radio waves, it reflects the radio waves back to earth. So this is how radio communication works. The last layer is the exosphere. The exosphere is the topmost layer. The topmost layer is the exosphere. Topmost layer of atmosphere is exosphere. In this layer, gases are very rare. Here the gases are very rare, and air pressure is extremely low.